One, just as an actor, I had to be on my game, because Billie was such a professional. She's sharp, always prepared.
So listen, you joined the short list of actors that have brought John Creasy to life, including Denzel. I wanted to know what you were excited about, what parts of the character you were excited to explore and expand on.
Yeah, it's a great question, man. I find myself sitting here fortunate enough, the more I hear it, really being in a group of really blessed actors to, step into the shoes of the John Creasy. He's a great character. He's got a huge heart. He has a haunted sort of inner monologue going, and he's incredibly skilled at what it is that he does. So he's a complex character, and that's what I was excited about, bringing to life, finding that balance of the truth, but then also the entertainment, to make sure that those two were always in conversation. That was really the exciting balance that I was looking for, with John Creasy.
I'm glad you said that was the intention, because you definitely nailed that part.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's cool.
Congratulations again on that. Your character, John, and the girl he's trying to protect is obviously the heart of the story.
Yeah.
So what would you say Poe brings out of John and Billie brings out of Yahya?
Well, let me sort of put my brains in order to sort of unscramble that a little bit. It's a good question, man. I think, Poe, you sort of can't get much past her. Young people, they're always looking and paying attention, and Poe, as well as Billie, was very, very, very smart.
Yeah.
So one, just as an actor, I had to be on my game, because Billie was such a professional. She's sharp, always prepared. She asks the best questions. But then also, what Poe, brings out of Creasy is patience and someone to love, someone to care about. We find Creasy at a moment when he's just sort of living in his individual life, on his individual journey by himself, and finally he has someone that he has to take care of, and that's what ignites the fire. So I think that's what he brought out of her, was eventually, the fire and the will to live again.
And fire is definitely a theme in this. Well, you have a background in architecture and city planning, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything that surprised you or caught your eye, one, given the storyline, but then while filming in Brazil?
It's a beautiful city with beautiful people, and I really enjoyed the color and the culture, the weather, the beaches. I was just really there, just being in the moment.
We are curious in finding out, when you're filming a show like this that is so intense, that's literally on fire the whole time. It's tons of action, tons of intensity. Even the quiet moments are intense, as you said, as he's dealing with the trauma. Is this something that once you're offset, that you need to find a way to cool down, or is that not necessarily the move, and you kind of got to just stay in that intensity as you bring it back on set the next day?
Yeah, I think honestly for this, I consistently had a low simmer, just a very low simmer. You know what? I even barbecued on the weekends. Every single weekend, I barbecued either some ribs or some steak. So I was always somehow close to the fire,
Close to the fire,
on this
for sure.
one, yeah. Somehow just kind of close to the fire. But that's also because the work and the words were so consuming that I didn't want to put it down. I didn't want to ever get too far away from it. It was really a deep dive, and I'm really grateful for the exploration that I got to do. And apparently it went, it bled into my weekends, as well.
Well, listen, congratulations. You definitely reminded us just how talented you are. So we'll be cheering for you, and hopefully we'll talk soon.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.